In this video, I'm going to show you 5 of the top leadership skills that you'll need in 2021 and how they can benefit you and your teams. These are leadership skills for a post-pandemic world. This is Productivity Ace. Let's get it done. The world is changing fast. The last couple of years have been insane for a number of reasons, and we've seen profound changes in how we work, where we work, when we work, and even why we work. To get the best out of our own careers and teams, we need to constantly adapt to deal with the unique and unexpected challenges that the post-pandemic era will throw at us. Effective leadership is now more important than it has ever been, and leaders have a greater responsibility, not just for results and delivery, but also for the well-being and mental health of themselves and their people. So, as leaders, it's up to us to show what we're made of. With that, here are my top 5 tips for leading in the post-pandemic era. And do hang around to the end of the video because of course we'll have a bonus 6th tip for you. Tip number 1, empathy and connection. Empathetic leaders regularly get the best from people. Everybody's been affected by COVID in some way. That can be the loss of a close relative or friend or something less serious, who knows. Either way, the impact is very real and felt not only by individuals, but by families, friends and colleagues. And as leaders, it's up to us to put ourselves in the shoes of our people and truly feel the challenges that they have. That might not be easy, as some of us may have been affected in just as badly a way or even worse. But we need to tune in to the feelings of our team. It's not a competition to see who's had the most impact and who's had the most damage because of the pandemic. It's up to leaders to always understand and empathise with our people. We sympathise and appreciate, we feel and we connect. Because when our teams truly believe that their leadership and their management is connected with their lives and really cares, well, then they'll deliver more than you can ever know and rise above many challenges. Empathy and understanding is absolutely critical. Next tip is flexibility and understanding. In the post-pandemic workplace, things are very different. Very different indeed. Our teams now don't work at fixed locations. They don't work at fixed times. They'll have to drop from calls to answer the door. They'll have a dog barking in the background. They might even conduct meetings with a toddler on their lap. As a manager, it's really important. Don't think that they're not taking their job seriously. Everybody's got a different situation. Some people have got childcare at hand easily in a purpose-built office room giving them everything they need. Others will be doing their job in a 1-bedroom flat or on the kitchen table while trying to care for their families or their children. As a leader, you've got to be flexible and understanding. If you find yourself getting upset that there's a dog barking, don't. If their connection keeps dropping, that's fine. Is there a builder making noise outside? Deal with it. It's not their fault. Don't let your own irritations play a part. If you find yourself getting annoyed, always remember it's not their fault, they're doing their best. This is the new normal, get used to it. The next tip is communication and trust. With remote working set to become even more dominant, it's vital that we all keep our lines of communication as solid as possible. In fact, we need to over-communicate. Make sure that you've got regular one-to-one meetings in the calendar with all of your team members. Make sure that your meetings are running as efficiently as possible and that you're always getting the most from the interactions. You have to get the most from the time you've got together. That time is super valuable. Make sure that you're connected to your teams on instant messenger and social platforms that you might have in your company. And don't make it all about work. Set aside time for non-work talk. Talk about families, talk about children, talk about hobbies, talk about challenges. Anything to make sure that you keep talking. Think of communication with your team as like spinning plates. Is one of them starting to wobble? Is there somebody you're not as connected to as other people? Have you noticed that maybe you're speaking to some people more than others? Make sure you keep visiting each person, visiting each plate to keep it spinning, to keep the communication going all the time. Everybody should get the same slice of the pie. And the same goes for communicating upwards. The responsibility isn't all on leaders. Everybody in a team has a responsibility for communicating sideways and upwards to colleagues and managers. So make sure that your team understands the value of communication, the value of over-communication in a post-pandemic world. The next tip, lean into the discomfort. So it's always been said that one of the most difficult aspects of any job is that of dealing with change. Maybe it's a personnel change or a key change to the business. Maybe a role that you've been doing for ages is now under threat because something has changed. Change is always on the horizon. And in the post-pandemic world, it's even more of an ever-present force. Don't be apprehensive, don't be scared. Change is opportunity. Leaders need to take change head on. Accept things can move fast and abruptly. Accept that things can take unexpected directions and unusual courses. And especially these days, after the pandemic, things are going to change more than ever. And then crucially, when you as a leader have accepted and embraced the change for the better and welcomed the change in, then you need to help your teams do the same. Some of your people might not be as experienced as you, and they might not have the same appetite for change, or they might be less comfortable with changes in an organisation and their life and their job. And when coupled with the pandemic, that can all seem really stressful. And that's where leaders really come into their own, to offer reassurance and help, to help their teams understand and deal with change. The next one is embrace and trust technology. Now this one might be easy for you, or it might be difficult. Some companies and some people are very into technology and always playing with the latest toys and always experimenting with the latest software and have really great technology to play with. And especially things relating to communication, conferencing, collaboration, remote working. These are all now essentials of a post-pandemic workplace. But some people aren't great with technology. That's not their fault. They may come from a different background. They may be of an age where technology is not something they're comfortable with. And it doesn't stop them from doing a great job. But now is not the time to be scared of new technology. The role of technology is a key enabler to productivity and leadership, and it's stronger than ever, and it'll get even more prevalent after the pandemic. So if you're apprehensive around technology, if you're one of those people who isn't quite as comfortable, well, now's the time to lean into that discomfort and get familiar with all of the different technologies that your company uses to keep in touch and collaborate. And here's your bonus tip. Focus on the future. Looking back can be useful. There's a lot to look back on. There's a lot of good times, reflecting on the past, remembering the good old days, how it used to be like when we all met up in offices and things like that. It has its uses, but don't make a habit of it, because you can't change anything. And looking forward, there's a lot of opportunity for success and development in the post-pandemic workplace. Focus your energy and your team's motivation on the road ahead and embrace that journey. This is where leaders really earn their money. They help people focus, they help teams on delivery, and they help their individuals evolve and develop their careers, looking for, seizing opportunities that the new change and the unpredictability will bring after the pandemic. There's an awful lot to be hopeful for, so don't miss out. Make sure you and your teams are available to snap up the chances when they come. There is absolutely no doubt that the workplace and the world is going to be very different after this pandemic is over. Hopefully, we'll all be in a much better position. Hopefully a lot of the things that haven't been so great about the working world will have changed, and maybe new opportunities that we don't even realize are going to happen yet will have happened to make things better for everybody. But you as a leader have a really important role to play. You set the direction, you set the tone, you help people that are less experienced, you help people that might be introvert or less confident than yourself to make the most of a changing situation, to navigate them through really choppy and uncertain waters. And that's where leadership really comes into play. So that's it for this one. We'll see you next time.